Prepare yourselves for a battle of epic proportions between two titans. Feast upon their voices and revel in their words. This is Dueling Ogres.
Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 176. Thank you for joining us, as always, on this Make Talk Good. See, I've already started off on a good foot.
Yeah, perfect.
Wednesday evening, Earth Day, December 12th, 2018. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock, and with me, as always, my co-host, Brennan Full. Say hello, Brennan.
Hello, Remington.
We are live.
We are live.
We're live on the Twitchings.
Yep.
On the Talk and Podcasts category.
So whenever we do these live podcasts, I know we've always only done one before.
Yeah.
Do you edit them or do you put them up pretty much unedited?
For the video side of it,
For the audio.
For the audio, I edit.
Okay.
So I do edit the audio. Yes. And that's just because with the video side of things, you can be a little bit more loosey-goosey because people have things to look at. We're waving. See, the audio listeners don't know this, but we're waving our arms randomly.
We can fist bump.
We can fist bump. I also see somebody has posted in the chat, I hate Post Malone. Hi.
In the chat?
Yeah.
What'd they say?
Brandino.
Oh. Hey.
It's weird to see you on the channel because you haven't streamed for a while on the channel.
What do you mean? Me being on the live channel?
Yes, on the live Twitch. You haven't done that since the last time we did a podcast on here.
Yeah, I know.
So it's a little weird for the peoples.
I am going to be, hey, I'm the other half of Dueling Ogres.
Yeah.
I'm the better half of Dueling Ogres.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't expect that level of enthusiasm, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem, man. I just want the people out there to know that you are important too.
Yeah. I got most of the stuff out of my apartment, most of the old stuff that I needed to get out.
Okay.
So I do have room for my gaming PC now. So I should be able to start streaming soon. However, no desk. Don't have a desk for it.
No desk?
Yeah.
We can probably figure something out.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can. Rem has a lot of things sitting around collecting dust.
I'm picturing a desk just made out of like cardboard boxes and
yeah, it's mostly going to be
it's
that.
on fire for some reason.
A little bit. Only a little bit of fire.
A little bit.
Not a lot of fire.
Hey, you have a cat.
Thank you very much. I am happy that Brandon is on here. I was getting tired of you, Rem.
Weren't we all?
Yeah. So how have you been?
I've been pretty good.
So like you said, you got your stuff all kind of caught up.
Mm-hmm.
Just so chat knows, we'll probably just go through stories a little bit and then we'll talk to chat afterward. So I might check in every once in a while just here and there, but I want this to also be a little easier for me to edit, post, and I don't want to be talking to chat the whole time.
The problem is the chat is so far away from us.
That is also the case.
It's probably, 8 feet?
Yeah, pretty close. 7, I would say, but yeah. No, actually, no, you're probably right. 8 feet. That would be about right.
I was going to say, you're going to argue semantics on it.
Well, because I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
So if I were to lay down right here, that'd be another 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah. So it's hard for us to see.
Yes. So appreciate you being here. Stick around, and we'll chit-chat with you afterward.
I wish the Twitch people could see this cat that's rubbing on my shoes.
They can. Thaddeus.
It's not that far. The camera's not that far down, is it? God, when you can't pet a cat and they're just like, good, I want you so good.
Yeah, it's true. Come here. Come on. Oh my God. If you're not going to get up here and be cute, then get the hell out.
Okay.
Gosh. There he is. Now he wants me to hold him like a baby. Look at him turn himself around here. Turn himself around and then turn himself into a non-Newtonian fluid. Probably hear him purring into the microphone. You're the one who turned around this way to quit wiggling around like a crazy person.
He is the most adorable of all the cats.
He is. And the shortest of hairs, so he's the least offensive to you.
Yeah.
We have, we rescued one. Did I talk about that last week?
No, hadn't happened.
Okay. So we rescued a kitten that was up in a tree, and it was cold. We live in West Virginia. Hold on. Okay. I got it. So we rescued a kitten.
Yeah.
It was stuck up in a tree. It was very cold. It had been up there. It had to have been hours. Ginger had heard it earlier in the day, and she thought maybe it was just a random neighborhood cat. When you go back out the second time and you still hear something mewing, you're like, okay, something's going on.
Yeah.
Because it's still coming from about the same area, about the same magnitude. Let's find it. So I was going through with the flashlight on my phone, using the flash on my phone, and shining it around into the neighbors' yards and trying to pinpoint where the sound was coming from. And of course, whenever you'd start to get closer, it would quit.
Yeah, of course.
So finally, I thought to myself, sometimes cats can be dumb. Sometimes they climb trees and can't get back down. So I started shining it up into the trees, and I finally saw a pair of eyes. So it was high enough up there that I was going to have to get a ladder to get it down.
Okay.
I told the neighbors that I was going to be traipsing through their yard because it was in, the neighbor's yard. So I wanted to let them know to not shoot me, in case they happen to own guns. I have no idea if they do or not.
So what'd you tell them? Hey, there's a cat stuck up in the tree. I'm going to get it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So they came out and they checked it out too. Well, in the interim, the neighbor fellow, who's a little bit younger than me, but considerably more fit, he tried to actually climb the tree, and the cat went further up into it to the point where, I couldn't reach it with the ladder anymore.
Okay. So you threw a rock at it.
Yeah. So I just
it out of the tree, caught it in a trampoline, bounced it once, grabbed it in midair like a baseball.
Yeah. All of those things didn't happen.
Okay.
So with 4 people out there trying to coo this kitty down, it was like, I'm not fucking having this. All you humans is scary as hell.
Yeah.
So we went inside. I was like, okay, he's not going to come down.
Fuck the cat.
Fuck the cat. We just need to leave it be for a bit so it can calm down. Let's go inside. Plus, I'm cold. So we went back inside. We finished up our dinner. We finished up our show. We went back out. The neighbors did not come back out, which was good because too many people was going to scare it again.
Yeah.
I grabbed the ladder, went over. Ginger had coaxed it down with some food to the point where I could actually reach up into the tree and grab it. So I pulled it from the tree. We have since wormed it, defleed it, and I mean, it was getting dehydrated as well.
Yeah.
So you could see that the eyes were kind of sunken in, and to test the hydration of a cat, you know how a mother cat will pick it up by its why am I brain farting on what that's called?
The scruff?
Yeah. Pick it up by the scruff.
Mm-hmm.
If you pinch the scruff and it doesn't spring back, then they're dehydrated. Same way you would pinch your skin if you were dehydrated.
Yeah.
Pinch the skin on the back of your hand, and if it doesn't pop right back, then you're dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing with the cat, only you do it on the scruff. So we went ahead and basically fed it liquidy foods until we got it to the point where it wasn't, and kitten milk. We happened to have had some kitten milk.
Like milk from kittens?
Yes, we milked the kittens. And, but no, she had bought some kitten milk supplement to do a donation because she donates to the local places that take that stuff.
Yeah.
So we just happened to have some on hand.
Weird.
Yeah. So we fed the cat that and went on, and we have named it Wilfred Fizzlebang.
Wilfred. So this is a male as well?
This is a male as well. We thought it was a female initially. But it turned out that it was a male. It was just between the dehydration and, just the fur and not letting us really be super keen on touching it. We couldn't tell if it had any testicles or anything.
Yeah.
So, and it was young enough that the testicles hadn't really started to show.
Mm.
So when we took it to the clinic to have it dewormed and tested for feline leukemia and such, they discovered it was a boy. I don't know where I was going with that.
So are you keeping this cat? Yeah, you're keeping this cat.
I mean, all I have to say about it, all right, is that people in Vienna need to keep track of their cats.
Yeah.
Need to spay and neuter their cats so they're not making babies, or if they're taking babies, they need to not get rid of those babies.
By putting them in trees.
Now, I don't know what happened to this cat. I don't know where its mother is. It could have been somebody had bought a kitten for their kid and then decided that they weren't going to have it, and then just in the truest form and sense of a monster, just let it outside.
Yeah.
Maybe it just escaped outside. We have put up, Facebook flyers and stuff for anybody looking for a kitten that looked like that. Haven't had any bites. So it could just be a stray. It could have been born of a litter. The mother had been, maybe hit by a car or something, and that's why it's on its own. You don't know. Any of those things could be true, but the long and the short of it is, this is the second cat that we have rescued in Vienna.
Uh-huh.
And we kept the first one that ended up being a Maine Coon. So for those of you who don't know your cat breeds, a Maine Coon is a big ball of fur. It has a double coat. It is usually the cat that most people are most allergic to, if it is.
Yeah.
And they are huge. They're massive cats.
Fucking huge cats.
So the one that we rescued, was it last year? Year before?
Which one are you talking about?
Balthazar.
Oh, okay.
Kitan.
Yeah, I think that was last year.
I mean, he was like this big when I got him, and he's like this big now. He's massive.
He's gigantic.
So this one looks like it's going to be an American short hair, not calico. If you saw Thaddeus there, a much lighter version of Thaddeus. Thaddeus is dark fur, but he has the stripes down him. This one is a very light fur, blondish, and has stripes.
So this sounds like a lot of words to not answer the question of, are you going to keep this kitten?
Yeah, it is. So, is there anything else you want to talk about before?
So this will give you, 6 cats?
Yes, and it'll give us 6 cats.
And a dog.
Yeah, and a dog. So, I mean, there is a chance that we'll be able to maybe find another home for it, or give it to, Ginger's dad and stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know for sure. They just recently lost a cat, so
they might be up
for it, but we don't know.
Yeah,
we may end up keeping it.
Yeah,
we named it. We had to have it. We had to give it some kind of a name.
See, I was downstairs and your girlfriend Ginger specifically mentioned that you named it.
Yes,
that she did not name it.
This is true, because so all of our cats. I like how this turned into cat cast.
Yeah.
All of our cats have kind of weird names. Meow Talk, yeah. This is going to be a subsection.
Yeah.
We're going to get Ginger on. She can talk about cats. So our 5 boys, we've got Pudge. And if I remember correctly, Pudge was the runt of that litter. But he ended up being real pudgy. So hence the name Pudge. Little One, who is our trash cat, he was found in an industrial parking lot where Ginger's mom worked at the time, and the guys at the plant were feeding it pizza. So this cat just grew up on pizza. So if you have food, he wants it.
Yeah. So he's like a Ninja Turtle.
Yes, he is. Then we have Bob, who is a creeper.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much why his name is Bob, because Bob's total creeper name.
Mm.
Thaddeus, Balthazar, and now Wilfred. So Wilfred Fizzlebang is a character from World of Warcraft.
I had a feeling, yeah.
Yeah. He's a gnome, so your favorite race.
Yeah.
He was a warlock who, at the Argent tournament, accidentally summons Jiraxis, I think, which is one of the demons. And then he is promptly killed by that demon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just thought it was amusing. I love the name Wilfred Fizzlebang.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Yeah. So let's get into the stories. What do you got for me today, Brandon?
My stories are very light. I didn't realize we were going to live stream, so I don't have a whole lot of things that are entertaining.
That's okay. We've talked for a little bit already. We're 22 minutes in. We're good.
We're 22 minutes in already?
Yeah.
Damn, just talking about cats?
Yeah, just talking about them cats.
Let me pull up my notes here.
Okay.
Aquaman. You and I were talking about this last night, I think, actually. Aquaman released in China, and it's grossed over $93.6 million.
Wow.
To land the top opening ever for a DC comic book adaptation.
Wow. That is a lot.
Yeah, people are seeing Aquaman hardcore in China.
They are. Now, I have read that the American audience has been a little more. Um, I read a couple of critics' reviews of it, and they weren't scathing, but they were kind of shitty.
Yeah.
One person compared it to, now this one cracked me up. I shared it on Facebook with you last night, but he said something to the effect of it was like a cross between Avatar and the Incredible Mr. Limpet.
Yeah.
Which is really showing this guy's age, right?
Yeah, what is the Incredible Mr. Limpet?
It was a Don Knotts movie where he was turned into an animated fish.
Oh, okay.
It was like 1964 or 1969.
I've seen the cover for that. When I worked at the library, I remember we had that on VHS. Because the fish, they gave him Don Knotts' eyes, right? Like kind of droopy, like, moo.
Yeah.
Sort of goofy-ass eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Don Knotts. Hey,
I breathe water now.
Look at me. Yes. But anyway, he was like, the effects were like basically too effecty. The writing was kind of ham-fisted and a little bit lazy.
You're not writing Citizen fucking Kane here. It's an Aquaman movie,
right?
Dude.
That's what I'm thinking. So, of course, critics, that's their job, is to shit all over things. Yeah. It seems like by and large, it looks like it's a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as DC movies go, you know, the only one better than it is Wonder Woman.
Yeah, which
arguably,
Wonder Woman was
I guess.
A great movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that may be arguably. So, as far as it goes, I think that I'm okay with it. Like, even if it's not the best, if it doesn't even stack up against, the Marvel movies. The Marvel movies are incredibly formulaic.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about this ad nauseum before, but while they continue to be good movies, because they are so formulaic, you kind of already have an idea of what you're going to get.
Yeah. So
it's kind of this catch-22 where you're going to see a good film, but there's going to be a lot of the same. It's going to feel familiar.
Yeah, it's formulaic, but the formula works.
Yeah, it does. So with the DC movies, I mean, they're still trying to find their formula.
Yeah.
And I think that they tried dark and gritty, and then they started to go a little more lighthearted. I mean, if you just look at the color grading on like the Batman one, the Superman one, I mean, it was all dark and gritty.
Yeah, the Superman one especially was bad.
Yeah, super serious. It's just like, geez, can you bring up the lighting a little bit? Bring up the brightness? Maybe put a little more contrast in there?
I think Aquaman looks fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to see it.
So there are a few of the actors where, like the guy who's playing his brother, I don't know why. I don't have any particular reason. I just don't like the cut of his jib. Like, I don't like the way he looks.
Okay.
I don't know. He's probably a fine actor. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know he's been in other things that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I'm just not really interested.
Yeah. Yeah, DC's trying to play catch up, it feels like.
Yeah.
But DC's also killing it on the TV shows.
Yeah. So any of their animated series and things of that nature, they all do really well.
And they just had the Elseworlds crossover.
Yeah.
Did you watch that? We
are in the process of watching it.
Okay.
We haven't quite got to it yet. We're a few episodes behind. But the animated stuff and the live action stuff on the CW, it's all freaking great. So, I mean, the writing is awesome on that. I just don't understand why they don't migrate some of those writers over to the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a few of the shows where it's a little rough. Since we kind of migrated it over to the TV shows, I just wanted to touch on Doctor Who a little bit.
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who.
Haha.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. It was a good joke nobody's ever made before.
Yeah, nobody ever in the history of Doctor Who.
Great joke, me.
Yeah, good job. I still don't know where I stand for the new Doctor Who. There's still a whole lot of this exploration of the female Doctor Who that's going on, and there's a whole lot of social commentary going on.
About her being a lady?
About just anybody being a lady.
Oh, really?
Yes. And while I am not against having that service in there. It seems like it's being ham-fisted into nearly every episode.
Do you have an example?
This most recent one, spoilers for anybody who's not seen the most recent one.
Yeah.
Or actually, is it the most recent one or is the one right before it? Anyway, they were transported to the time on Earth when they were dunking witches in England. So there was a lot of, a woman can't be basically in a state of power.
Yeah.
The protagonist was a woman, the doctor, and one of her companions is as well. And then the antagonist was also a woman. King James shows up, and there are pretty apparent homosexual inclinations where he's flirting with the African American guy who is one of the other companions.
Okay. King James?
Yes, King James. He's there to hunt witches. It's just, it all gets, like I said, it's all this kind of ham-fisting every social commentary that they can possibly get in.
Yeah.
I just came for a good story. Like, I don't mind being preached to a little bit during a story. But if the whole thing is just so revolving around that it takes me out of the fact that I'm here to watch this story about dunking witches and mud monsters that are held in a prison on Earth under a tree, because that's what the episode was about.
That was the real story, was a mud monster under a tree?
Basically, yeah. There was a prison, a high-tech prison that was put there thousands of years ago for this warring race that basically turned them into mud. And the antagonist lady chopped down a tree because she didn't like that it was blocking her view of the valley. So in chopping down this tree, that was the lock to the prison.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Seems like you could pick a better lock than a random tree.
Yeah.
If you just cut it down.
The tree was actually like technology.
Okay.
Disguised. But either way, like, there was, like, going back to it, there was so much ham-fisting of the social commentary that you almost lose sight of what the actual story is.
That's what I was going to ask, is whether it took you out of it.
Yes, it does. And I don't even mind acknowledging the fact that in this day and age, women were, second-class citizens, third-class citizens, even, behind the younger males of society. But it was almost every beat. Like, it was almost every beat that they had to make some kind of a reference to it, it felt like.
Do you think maybe Doctor Who just isn't for you this season?
I don't know.
Like it's being made for somebody that's not you?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, you could totally argue that, for sure. This is the first time that the last writer, this is the first season where we had lost the main writer who had been writing it since Eccleston came out.
Oh, okay.
So we're seeing a huge divergence even in the way that the writing goes, in the way that the Doctor talks, in the way that her companions are. I do like the wise old man that they have as a companion as well. He's wonderful.
They have a wise old man companion?
Yeah, they have an adorable older gentleman.
How many companions are there?
There are 3.
So there's adorable older gentleman.
Yes.
There's black guy.
Yeah. And then female cop.
Okay.
Black guy and female cop knew each other as kids. They went to school together. Older guy is Blackfellow's adoptive grandfather? Yes, I believe.
So they all sort of know each other.
Yeah, they all kind of know each other. The Blackfellow's Nan sacrificed herself to save them during one of the first episodes, or the first episode.
Okay.
Where they're establishing all the character relationships. So she kind of sacrificed herself to save them. He always had this kind of estranged relationship with the step-grandfather? No, stepfather. Yeah, stepfather. Yeah. I was trying to keep track of my stuff. Sorry. It was his mom. His dad had left, etc. and so on. But anyway, so he's kind of the Hank Hill of the group. There's always like, don't take too many risks sort of things. But at the same time, he's opened up to it a little bit.
Okay.
But he still has these beautiful little crumbs of wisdom, these little drops of gems of reminders of how to be a good human being. And he just drops those in every episode.
See, you're talking about it like you enjoy it. You're talking about it.
There are absolutely aspects that I enjoy. But the other aspect is that I feel like they're ham-fisting the fact that the Doctor is a woman into
Mhm.
every episode. I know she's a woman. I can see that.
Yeah. Do you think you just hate women?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yes, that's 100% what
That's
it is. Remington
absolutely
just hates women.
Yep. Sarcasm. People watching.
Slash
Jeez.
S. Well, while we're on the subject of women, then I can go ahead and bring up this story.
Okay.
The Aladdin remake,
Oh,
which
yeah.
we've talked about before, features 2 new songs.
Ooh.
One of which, according to Aladdin star Mina Masood, is empowering to women.
That's good.
So the guess is that it's maybe a song that Jasmine sings.
Yeah.
Probably about not wanting to be a princess for nobody.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Which is A-okay.
Yeah. The social man, it's just so difficult. I feel like it's difficult to discuss.
Yeah.
Because
we're 2 cis white males.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like, you feel like there's too much social commentary. You feel like it's kind of being shoved down your throat. Whereas somebody else could say, well, it's not going nearly far enough.
Right.
So whose opinion is right and whose opinion is wrong? Because it seems like society, the way things are going, society leans more towards there's not enough of it.
Okay, so you know the old saying, opinions are like assholes, everybody has one?
Yeah. And most of them stink.
And most of them stink, right? I think that this is all of it is tying back to Big Butthole.
Okay.
You don't really have TV, right? You
Right.
just have the internet.
Uh-huh.
What you may not have realized is that poop games have become a big thing.
Poop games?
Games that revolve around play poop.
I've done plenty of scat play. Is it the same thing?
No, not the same. Wow. Not the same. Meg in the chat here said that she bought a poop game for her dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or stepdad or something. I don't remember. Yeah, stepdad. But yeah, there have been like rainbow colored poop that comes out of animals. There's like don't touch the poop game or do touch the poop. I don't remember. It's insane. And I keep seeing more of it, and all I'm thinking is this is big anal.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This is big anal, and they're finally making their move. They want everybody to go anal. Everybody's being anal about everything anyway, so now they're shoving their anuses at us.
So this is a conspiracy theory that you've got working.
Yes, this is my conspiracy theory. I don't think anybody else has touched on it.
Okay.
I am
rightly so.
I am on the forefront of big anal.
Okay. So you're saying that there's a large corporation?
It's bigger.
Conglomeration?
No, it's even bigger than that. Think
a majocracy.
Yes, it's a majocracy. Think Illuminati.
Okay.
But for buttholes.
Okay.
That's where we're at.
It's a hidden group that meets in secret to control everything butthole related.
Yes.
And they finally moved. They're trying to checkmate the board right now.
Yes.
They've had us in check for a while.
But now
the poop emoji.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting Patrick Stewart to voice the poop emoji in the Emoji Movie. That was check.
Yes.
Now they're moving for checkmate.
Yes.
I'm all in. I'm behind you.
Yeah, 100%. They're moving their rooks around and everything.
The chess, remember the knight moves in an L shape?
Yeah. It's up 2 and over 1 or up 1 and over 2, you know, in any direction. You know, the queen is poised to take her position.
All from big anal.
All from big anal. That's what's happening. And so this ties back into what now? What the fuck was I talking about? See, that's the problem with conspiracy theories is you fall down one rabbit hole and you forget where it came from.
You were talking about, I was talking about how it's hard to discuss in this day and age whether social commentary has gone too far or has not gone far enough. And how there's,
and everybody has assholes.
Yeah, and that's where you kind of went off on your anal tangent.
Yes.
Your big anal.
What we have kind of lost track of, I was telling Ginger about this, is actually a quote from Star Trek. Spock. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few and the one. And what we're seeing is this massive movement of the one, where everybody is their own thing. Everybody's compartmentalized into a thing, and we're losing sight of the fact that we are all humans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't care if you have a penis or don't have a penis, or you want to have a penis or you don't want to have a penis. Any of those things. You're still human. And that's what's important.
Yes.
You know, you have not only an obligation to treat other humans the way you want to be treated, golden rule, the number one rule. But also, you have this obligation to help out your community, to reach out and try to be bigger than yourself, to realize that in order for you to get the most out of your life, to matter to yourself, you have to matter to other people, because that reflects back to you. So if all you're doing is focusing on the one or the small group, you're losing sight of the big group. All you're doing is getting the reflections of that small group. You're not learning anything. You're not branching out. And you're not bettering yourself overall, because you're not experiencing all of the different kinds of people.
Yeah.
That's what's important, is learning. It's okay to disagree with people, but you also have to learn that you're just going to constantly disagree with somebody.
Yeah, but you also come at it from this curmudgeonly point of view, too.
That's because I'm a grumpy asshole.
Yeah, and I mean, I would never argue that you're not an open-minded person. But there are certain lines that you draw sometimes that are just like, nope, I refuse.
the arbitrary line draw.
Which I think everybody will get to as you get older. You just hit a line where you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so Meg said, fun fact, the poop emoji was actually supposed to be chocolate ice cream, but everyone saw poop.
Yep.
She said, is it a bowel movement? Movement in quotes, or movement in all capitals.
Yeah. Yes, it is, Meg.
Like a movement.
Yeah.
And then Swift Strike says, halfway finished that Diet Dr. Pep, one gulp monster. Which was your nickname in high school, actually.
Totally was. There's not that much in here. I'd say there's about 12 ounces. Ça magnifique, oui?
Now what are you going to have to drink?
None of your damn business, Brandon.
I wasn't even close to the trash can.
I wasn't trying for the trash can. It's recyclable.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm recycling
I forget
this
you
house.
recycle.
Yeah.
And do stuff for the earth. So do you have a fucking story now, or?
You got some fucking bullshit to talk about here? Meg, you should be offended that I threw that. Finally, somebody acknowledges the fishes.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention that we're in our underwater recording studio.
No, we didn't. Guys, this is where all that mad podcast money goes. It's to feed all the fishes.
I didn't know if you knew this, but fishes eat a lot.
Like a whole lot. They eat tons of food, especially this many fishes.
You have to feed them body parts, too.
Yeah.
These are piranha.
Yeah. They're not.
Are they not?
No. I had to ditch the piranhas.
Is that why there's so many errant body parts just laying at the bottom of the fish tank?
Yeah. Well, we got to dispose of our enemies somehow.
Yeah, that's what the piranha were for.
Yeah, I know, but
you
we
traded them out with tropical fish.
We don't have any more enemies.
Yeah, but why don't we have all these enemy body parts?
Well, do you know how expensive scuba gear is?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm spending all of this money for fishes. I don't have any more money for scuba gear.
What if we train the fish? Aquaman's coming out soon.
That's a movie, Brandon. None of it's real.
We'll learn tips from Aquaman from the movie.
Uh-huh.
We'll swim down to the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Find the piranha.
Uh-huh.
Get rid of the body parts.
Well, the piranha, I took
Bingo,
the piranha
bango.
out.
What'd you do with them?
I released them to piranha school.
Aw.
Yeah.
They're going to get little caps.
In the Amazon. No, it's a school of fish, Brandon.
Oh.
Sky. So next story on my list of stories, and I brought a lot. You said you only brought a few, but I don't know. This is going to be a real fast and loose episode since we're doing it live.
Yeah.
Brandon, do you like bees?
I love bees.
At one point, did you or did you not make a gnome bee shotgun in Dungeons & Dragons?
I did indeed.
So on a scale of 1 to bees, how much do you like bees?
I'd say 3 bees.
3 bees? That's
out of 4 bees.
Oh, okay.
Because you never get more than 4 bees at once. 5 bees, get out of here. That's ridiculous.
Well,
you get off my doorstep.
Scientists, in their infinite knowledge and mild inconvenience to insects, have decided to put little electronic backpacks on bees.
For what purpose?
Because bees need to carry their stuff too.
For when the bees go hiking?
Yeah.
Or B School? B School's right by Piranha School.
Hey, Zero, welcome, man.
They're getting some pretty hefty bee chat.
I know we're getting the chat is excited about bees. All right, let me get into the stories. So these little backpacks are filled with electronics. It's basically a tiny little circuit board, and it's got little recording chips on it.
Okay.
It's to track all kinds of things, tracking weather, tracking wind, tracking what the bees are doing, where they're going. For those of you who don't know, bees are kind of a hot commodity. They've been dying off, which is a real problem.
I had that as one of my stories, that the bumblebee is on the endangered list.
Yeah. The honeybee.
Oh, is it the honeybee?
Yeah, I think the bumblebees are still kind of okay. It was a mite infestation, if I remember correctly, where that was killing off droves and droves of bees. Well, the problem with bees dying is that bees are the primary pollinators of pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's how plants continue to grow, and we get oxygen and cleans our air, and we get food, and without bees, this pollination would be a hell of a lot harder to happen.
Yeah.
Not to mention the great byproduct, bee bile, honey, which is fantastic for a myriad of reasons. So they're putting these little backpacks on to check temperature, humidity, as well as watching for signs of rot or distress in the crops.
So bees have backpacks.
Yeah.
And that's adorable.
Yes. So let me see if I can get you a picture here of the bee backpack. Can you see it there on the screen?
Yeah. It looks like a jetpack almost.
It does. Just a lot of little loose electronics, just tiny pieces of copper, probably acting as antennae. So scientists are using this to collect data about humidity, crops, that sort of thing, and just to keep an eye on things. But it's interesting to me that we are just merging this technology and biology to accomplish goals that will give us as humans more data to collect and compare and make things better.
Yeah.
So that's what's really exciting to me about this.
I think biotechnology is going to be huge.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, especially with nanotechnology and the way they're making stuff that bonds with our cells.
Yeah.
Like, did you see I think it was a Chinese guy who came out and said that the first genome-altered baby has already been born?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. No,
and people were kind of up in arms, like, you can't do that. And he was like, sorry, I already did. And then he was asked if there were any people pregnant with genome-altered babies now.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know, maybe.
You never know.
Apparently the baby was born highly resistant or immune to HIV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because of gene altering.
How do you feel about that?
Gene altering?
Yeah.
Alter it all day. I'm fine with it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I say get in there and stir it around like a stew.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as babies and stuff go, you're okay with making the perfect baby?
Yeah. I mean, when you say it like that, it walks a very fine line to eugenics.
Yeah, right?
Which is not something I condone. I do not condone eugenics.
Okay.
I don't know now. You made me second guess myself because I said the word eugenics.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you can get in there and make babies that are more resistant to diseases like HIV and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I find interesting about that. Mother Nature finds a way.
Yeah.
She finds a way to kill us. We have these further and further resistant strains of flus. First it was just the good old-fashioned flu, and then we had swine flu, and then we had avian flu.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. I don't remember which came first. Which came first, the pig or the egg? But the bacon or the egg? Ooh, now I want bacon. Shit. We should have bacon and eggs for dinner. Sorry. It's one of those things where as long as it's being used for doing that, I'm down for it as well. But at the same time, I think Mother Nature will truly find a way to introduce something far more nasty, and we'll just start bleeding out of every orifice that we have.
Yeah.
So,
which happens when your blood gets too thin.
Yeah.
You start bleeding out of your eyes and your nose and your ears.
Yeah.
I found that out.
Personally?
No.
I was going to say, you didn't tell me about this. It's about to get real.
I think if you start bleeding out your eyes, it's pretty much the end.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think there's a lot you can do once you start bleeding out your eyes.
I don't know. We should test that theory.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Okay, fair enough.
I am interested in super soldiers.
Yeah?
I could see the military using that, like altering genes and stuff. Oh, before you get off of the bee story, I did want to make a joke about the bees having recording technology in them.
Oh, yeah?
And how we have to watch out for Big B Ruther.
This podcast is over. Get out of my
Big
house.
B Ruther.
Get out of... No.
It's like Big Brother, but with bees.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure that the genius of that joke didn't fall on deaf ears. I've had that in my head since you brought up bee backpacks, and I was like, I gotta work in Big B Ruther. I gotta fit that fucker in there somewhere.
Why are we even friends?
Because I have comedy gold like Big B Ruther.
Do you have another story for me?
Yikes, time to leave. I don't know if that's related to me or not, but
No, it's most definitely not.
the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer was released,
Mm-hmm.
but only at this comic convention in Brazil.
Okay.
So you cannot watch it yet.
Why?
I don't know.
What's so
haven't really
special
said.
about Brazil?
It was like a full panel for Spider-Man Far From Home.
Well, that's lame. Is it not released on the internet yet?
Nope.
That's double lame.
Yeah.
Not even like leaked?
No, hasn't been leaked or anything.
Wow, that's impressive.
I haven't even found like a walkthrough of what the actual trailer entailed.
Wow.
I'm sure it's out there. I haven't searched super hard for it, but I did look for it, and I didn't find a walkthrough of it at all.
Huh.
Apparently, Jake Gyllenhaal is playing Mysterio
Yes.
as the villain.
Yes. We've talked about it.
Yeah. According to Tom Holland, who's playing Spider-Man, Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is not the bad guy.
Okay.
Mysterio is working with Spider-Man in this movie to fight the elements, or the elementals. The elementals.
Okay. That begs the question, is it a tenuous relationship? Like, is he a bad guy, but for the sake of beating the elementals, he's going to be a good guy?
Mysterio is friends with Nick Fury.
Maybe something bad happens to him and then he turns into... I don't know.
Nick Fury goes to Europe where Spider-Man is.
Uh-huh.
Peter Parker leaves his Spider-Man suit at home.
Okay.
So Nick Fury brings him the stealth suit, which is like the all black. I don't know if you saw the leaked picture. It's like an all black suit with some white, kind of Punisher looking almost.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And he teams up with Nick Fury, or with Mysterio.
Okay. But that's all you know about it?
That's all that's come out so far. I think that it's going to be a ruse. I think that they're just saying that, and that Mysterio, because Mysterio is a bad guy.
Yeah.
I think that Mysterio is still going to be the bad guy, and they're just saying that.
I mean, Marvel is no stranger to lying to viewers about what's or their following
Yeah.
as to what's going to happen, or misleading. You know, out and out lying, maybe not, but definitely misleading.
I mean, Iron Man 3, they did that
yeah,
hardcore.
yeah, absolutely. And we just got the new Avengers Endgame,
Yeah.
where there is a lot of speculation as to why Ant-Man is there. And some sharp-eyed viewers of the trailer were looking at it and saying, if you look up at the top of the screen that they're looking at, it says archive. So
okay.
it's saying that it's archived footage. So they're saying that it's kind of been cut into a way to make it look like Ant-Man is there, but he might not be. Further down that rabbit hole, this is actually one of the stories that I had. Further down that rabbit hole, they were talking that Ant-Man may have found a way to jump through time.
Yes.
So maybe he's going back. So that's kind of what the idea that they're exploring out in the wilds of the internet is, that the superheroes are going to find a way to kind of slipstream through time in order to beat Thanos.
Because he can go into the quantum realm,
Yes.
I think it's called.
Yeah.
Which I know, I haven't seen Ant-Man, and
Neither
I
have
didn't
I.
see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Which is unfortunate because they both look like really good movies, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen them either.
I own Ant-Man.
Do
I
you?
just haven't watched it.
Why
yet.
not?
I don't know. It just didn't really interest me.
Is it because you don't like Rudd?
I don't like ants. No, Paul Rudd, yeah, I kind of dislike him as an actor.
Yeah. So you purchased a movie.
Purchased.
Ooh, your tummy.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, so am I. So you purchased a movie that you haven't watched yet
Right.
with an actor that you don't like.
I was trying to go through and watch all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
That was my original. I haven't even finished Doctor Strange, and I started Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And I haven't finished it.
What have you been doing?
I've been watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon. Actually, I watched the entire series within 4 days.
Yeah.
All 10 episodes.
Yeah.
So about 10 hours in 4 days.
So, listeners, if you click on the link below.
Yeah, you can get a free month of Prime and you can watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, there you go. Try it out.
So there's our
ad placements.
So what do you think about the in-game trailer?
I don't know. We get Hawkeye back finally
as Ronan.
There was a lot happening, and I only watched it once.
Yeah,
I only had the chance to watch it once. So
you had the chance to watch it. It's like a fucking 2-minute trailer. You could have watched it more.
I mean, we can argue about the semantics of how much time I have in my life at any given moment, but not today.
Okay, fair enough.
Not today, Brandon.
You're like, I have all the time in the world to argue about how little time I have, Brandon.
But I only watched it once, so I'll have to watch it a couple more times in order to let everything kind of sink in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to watching it. I don't know what to think about it yet. So,
I mean, it's going to be good.
Yeah,
it's going to
fit into that formula that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's weird because there's not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, you and I are both comic book fans, to a certain degree. I haven't read a comic book in a long time. You probably haven't read a comic book in quite a while either.
Yeah.
All I know is that I see a movie and I can tell whether I'm interested in it or whether I'm not interested in it, depending on the trailer.
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame, I'm definitely interested in. I loved Infinity War. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah. That's all there is to say.
I don't know what else to say.
Of the story.
I'm not a nerd enough to have gone through the trailer, and I can't sit here and talk about Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just watched it and thought it looked good.
Yeah. We also watched the trailer for Glass.
Glass, yeah.
Now, I had in my head that you were interested in that series of movies by M. Night Shyamalan, which was Unbreakable, and then what was the middle one?
I can't remember. I was thinking about it or trying to remember it the whole time we were watching Glass, and I can't remember.
Okay. The second one.
Yeah.
And now we're getting Glass.
Split. Was it called Split?
Maybe? I don't know. They're all one-word movies, I think. Not important. Anyway, what did you think of this trailer?
I thought it made the movie look good. It has Sarah Paulson in it as the psychiatrist, and I like her as an actress from American Horror Story.
Yeah.
What is the guy's name who's playing the split personality dude? The guy with 12 personalities? That's not James McAvoy, is it?
Hold on. Let me ask Google. Oh, look at that. Pulled it right up. Yeah, James McAvoy.
I don't know where the fuck I pulled that from.
And yes, Split.
I don't know where I pulled that from
You
either.
got it, buddy. You remembered. Your subconscious was telling you. I thought it looked good as well. I haven't seen Split. I did see Unbreakable many years ago because it's been, I don't know, 7 or 8 years since that movie came out.
Oh, it's been a lot longer than that.
Was it longer than that?
It came out when we were in high school.
Oh, yeah, it did. We're old.
Yeah, we are. It's been a lot longer than that now.
Oh, I remember the day when Bruce Willis was not 78 years old.
I remember thinking Unbreakable was badass when I watched that movie.
I liked it as well. It was very subtle. Like, it wasn't, of course, we didn't have the in-your-face superhero movies. Everybody was trying to be real subtle with the superhero-ness of it all.
A recommendation from Slev that we watched Split.
Yeah. James McAvoy is another one of those weird actors where, like, sometimes I absolutely love watching him and sometimes I can't stand him.
Yeah.
Same thing with Hardy.
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is right there with, sometimes I really enjoy watching his performance and sometimes I just can't stand him.
I like James McAvoy.
Yeah.
He has a little bit of a pea head, though.
A pea head?
Yeah, he has a tiny head.
He looks ripped to shit.
Yeah, he does.
In that movie. Impressive. Like,
yeah, impressively
beefy.
ripped.
Yeah. Very, very,
That's my
impressive.
goal.
To get ripped like that?
Yeah.
You can take tips from Steve.
Is he ripped like that?
Yeah. Steve's totally ripped like that.
You just have to drink like a lot of protein. I mean, if you were to break down what James McAvoy's workout and food routine was like to get in that shape,
I'm sure you could find it on the internet.
It's probably insane.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, well, I ate an entire chicken every morning for breakfast. Beak and all.
Well, the thing about actors is they are afforded the time to do that kind of transformation to their bodies. The everyman who has a 9-to-5 job has a different kind of workout that they have to do because you have to fit it in, before work or after work. You have to actually super hardcore focus on it. These guys, they get paid money to fit a certain body type.
Yeah.
And that becomes their job at that moment. Until they have to go on to set, their job is getting their body into the shape that it needs to be for that role. So that's what it is. And then they go on, they do the role, and then they move on to the next project. So it's kind of one of those things where getting as ripped as an actor can get in such a short amount of time, it can be done. I'm not saying that it can't, but it takes an amount of focus as an everyman that is pretty high.
Yeah.
So you can get there, but you gotta dial in your focus, be really on top of it every day.
Remember when 300 came out and everybody wanted to have the 300 Spartan body type?
Yeah.
And they were using P90X, I think.
Yeah. It's a very intense program.
Mm-hmm.
I've never tried it, but it is intense.
It's nothing I could do.
No.
I like Cocoa Pebbles and cigarettes too much.
For sure.
Those are my downfalls.
Yeah.
Slev tried P90 and wanted to die. Yeah, that's what I heard. I was working at a restaurant at the time, and there were a couple dudes who, like, one of them ended up being a cop, and another guy, like, they were just real, let's hang out and drink beer, but also work out. 300 came out, and they all tried P90X, and I remember them talking about how fucking miserable it was. I actually had the DVD, but I never put it in my DVD player. I had the DVD of P90X to try, and I couldn't even be bothered to put it in. So that, I think, is a good portent of what my weight and future looks like. When I can't be bothered to even put in the workout DVD, I'm probably going to have this pudge for the rest of my life.
Hey, Steve, did you ever start yoga? Or did you let me down?
The Yoga X ruined my life. It's from 3 Pounder. No, I've never tried any of the actual workout videos.
That's all right, Slev. I let you down too, buddy. So Slev works out a lot, but he's real stiff all the time. And you need that flexibility. Got to get arms like noodles.
That's the goal.
Yep. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
Got to get that yoga in.
Yeah.
I've been
just
slacking.
Stopped
mid-noodle.
Mid-noodle, yeah. You threw me off.
Sorry. Let's jump back into the stories.
Okay.
All right, so moving on from kind of movies and such. This one caught my eye, and I'm only kind of using it as a stepping stone because you wear glasses.
I do.
Your vision is pretty rough, right? If you take off your glasses, you can't see much of anything, yeah?
I'm pretty nearsighted.
Okay. So you cannot see things far away.
Correct.
Okay. Office 365 for Mac now supports dark mode.
Okay.
So do you know what a dark mode is?
I have no idea.
Okay, so a dark mode, case in point. You have the Twitch chat pulled up right now. This Twitch chat is bright white.
Mm.
So the background is white. Somebody type in chat. There we go. So this is dark mode.
Okay.
So kind of inverted. The text is lighter colored and the background is dark. A lot of things, you can do this on Twitter. I don't believe you can do it on Facebook yet. I prefer a dark mode myself. That's one of the reasons why our website is geared the way it is. Even though the text is on a lighter background and the text is darker, they're closer together. It's not black on white. I find that incredibly hard to read, especially on a screen. The Lurk Squad website is modeled after Twitch. It uses similar Twitch colors just because I wanted that kind of SEO tie-in there.
Yeah.
It is purple background with a lighter purple text. So part of the reason when I design a website or when I design something that's going to be viewed primarily on screens, I try to go with colors that are a little closer together just so it's easier on the eye or, an inverted color because staring at a straight white screen is incredibly difficult for me.
Yeah.
I don't really have any like nearsightedness or farsightedness, but just comparing the two, this is the whole reason I brought up this story. I honestly don't care that Office 365 on Mac now supports a dark mode because I don't have a Mac. But What I do find interesting is that you didn't even know that dark mode was a thing.
See, up until you explained it to me, I thought dark mode was incognito mode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about.
No. Yeah.
Which I was confused because we kind of went over these stories ahead of time, spoiler alert, behind the curtain.
Yeah.
To get a general idea of what we're going to talk about. And when you said Office 365 for Mac now supports dark mode, I was confused as to why Office 365 would allow an incognito mode.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to write your fan fiction without anybody knowing?
I guess, yeah.
Or something, yeah. I don't know.
So, no. Makes it easier to read for some people.
Okay.
Comparing the two now, do you find dark mode easier or harder to read as somebody who has an impaired vision?
I would say easier to read.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you might look more for a dark mode?
Yeah, it looks
things?
cool.
See, to me, it just stands out. The text stands out more. I find it better used. My chat bot has different skins that you can use, and this one is, as funny as it is, I don't like the color scheme of an orange and black as a rule.
Yeah.
Aesthetically.
It's too Halloween-y.
Not even that it's Halloween-y. It's more 70s-y.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has this kind of 70s veneer to it.
Like shag carpet and
yeah, right?
Wooden walls.
Yeah. But it does make it really easy for me to see everything that I want to see.
Gotcha.
So the other modes, the other skins that they have on it are really kind of in your facey, and I find it rough. So I thought it was interesting, especially since you had never used a dark mode before.
Yeah.
To get your thoughts on it.
So my last story
Okay.
that I have, they released an image of the live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Okay.
And
which I to be fair, I didn't even know was a thing.
Yeah. Jim Carrey is voicing Doctor Robotnik.
Oh, really?
Or is playing Dr. Robotnik because it's live action CGI mix.
Okay.
And people are very confused and disturbed by what Sonic the Hedgehog looks like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Pull up on your phone real quick and just Google Sonic the Hedgehog live action.
Okay, Google. Sonic the Hedgehog live action.
It should be like an outline. Yes.
Well, here we go.
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you think of that?
Hold on. Let me show chat. Let me show chat real quick.
Okay.
Let me shit that chat.
Let me shit that chat.
On the chat.
Okay.
Big anal.
Are you just going to hold your camera up to the phone up to the camera? So people are kind of talking about how weirdly muscular his body is. How he has like a human runner's body and then a giant head that's furry.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it does look a little weird.
Yeah.
I can see where they're coming from, I guess. But I mean, what else are you going to do? If you make him look like straight up the cartoon version of him, then it's not really playing to that live action feel.
Yeah.
You know, you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit because it's a humanoid hedgehog.
A lot of the comments too is that he's furry and that hedgehogs wouldn't be furry. Hedgehogs would be spiny.
True. But we didn't think that Pikachu was going to be furry either.
I knew Pikachu was going to be furry. Pikachu's made of fur.
We didn't know Jigglypuff was going to be furry.
I totally knew Jigglypuff.
I didn't know Jigglypuff.
Because Jigglypuff has. We've discussed this.
We have. But I don't think that Jigglypuff should have fur. I think that is more like a little globule than anything instead of hair.
I guess we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's
Dueling Ogres.
Dueling Ogres. TM. C. Circle.
Yeah.
R. Marshmallow. I mean, why else would you call it Jigglypuff?
And Wigglytuff.
But Jigglypuff is like Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. Come on.
But it's not puffed. It's just puff.
Well,
like a puffball.
Yeah, but a marshmallow is puffed. It's puffed with air.
I don't know.
You're wrong, and I'm right. And beautiful.
I guess Jigglypuff does have some marshmallowy qualities to her.
See?
Whenever she, like, moves.
Yeah. He's got a little wiggle to her.
Mm-hmm.
Little blah, 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 doing some of that.
Yeah. That's spot on Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I know. I've been practicing.
Yeah, I can tell.
Anyway, going back to the Sonic the Hedgehog, you have to suspend your disbelief, and you have to give onus to the fact that, you know, it's a hedgehog that has like a super speed.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, you would assume that the body is going to be really fit, not just what amounts to stick arms and legs with giant red shoes and a kind of a U-shaped oval body.
Yeah.
I mean, at its essence, that's how you would draw Sonic.
So you're okay with the body?
It does look a little off-putting, but without it's a silhouette. So without seeing it in the buff, I don't know what to think yet.
There was another image released of just his legs.
Yeah.
Live action Sonic legs.
Okay, yeah, that's a little weird.
See what I mean? And I'm not even in the camp of like, oh, it's horrific. Because you know how people on the internet get where it's like, oh, it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
But it's a little off-putting, isn't it?
Yeah, like it just it just looks like Runner's legs, but with a light blue fur laid over them. It looks like he's wearing like Adidas.
Yeah. It's his trademark running shoes.
So yeah, this is the first that I'm hearing about this movie. I didn't know it was going to be a thing. The legs are definitely a little off-putting, but I don't know. You know me, I'll give it the due diligence
of not watching.
Of not watching it. Especially with Jim Carrey being in it. Jim Carrey's gotten weird, man.
Yeah, he has.
I don't even know what he's into anymore. He was into painting, like hardcore, just doing all kinds of painting there for a long while.
He's become
Several
really
years.
existential.
Yeah, which is cool. I've seen interviews with him, and it's kind of interesting to see this near 180 from what he used to be.
Yeah.
Like he's very calm and zen and collected versus his younger years where he was bouncing off the walls on everything. It's this neat dichotomy to see somebody age that way.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, he's a public figure, but he's always been. What was it that he played in Kick-Ass 2?
Oh, I can't remember the character's name. He was like a general or something.
Yeah, it was a very weird role for him. It's kind of like, what was the one where he was the psychotic police officer?
I don't know. I haven't honestly seen a lot of Jim Carrey movies outside of like the 90s Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Something to Do About Mary? Was that it? I don't remember. Anyway, it's one of the more off-putting, weirder characters that he did.
Yeah.
Where he plays something a little more psychotic. Slav, you'll think of it.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. So I wanted to cover a little bit of gaming news real quick, especially since we're on the platform for it.
Yeah.
Fortnite Season 7 released, and the shit got crazy. They brought in biplanes.
Okay.
So now you can fly around with your buddies hanging out on wings on Fortnite.
Which sounds pretty cool.
To be fair, it looks cool. I haven't played it yet. I haven't played that mode yet. The download for it was massive. Or I can't remember if I've actually downloaded it yet or not. It's a pretty big download. So was the World of Warcraft one. We'll get to that in a second. Steve says that the planes are bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. They look like a lot of fun. I just want to get in and play with them. Like I want to go to like creator mode or whatever it is that they have, because I know that they have one, and just get used to it. You know, that's what I really need to do.
I'm down for biplanes. I like a good biplane.
They are also bringing in Epic Games is the one who created Fortnite. They had another game. What was it? Infinity Wars, I think, is what it was called.
Okay.
And there was a sword in it. It was I've never played the game. I knew nothing about it. They took that game off of the App Store, but they put in this like super uber powerful sword into Fortnite from that game.
Oh, okay.
So kind of a like, I don't know if you would call it paying homage to it. Basically, the Epic official statement was, we're working on Fortnite. We're working on this other game that we're working on. We don't have the team enough to dedicate to this game. So we're just going to shut down the servers for it. It happens, you know, especially if the popularity of the game has dropped off. So yeah, I've been watching. I haven't been playing the Fortnite thing. It looks like fun. They look like a lot of fun. I really do want to jump in and play a little bit of it. An experiment more than anything. World of Warcraft came out with a new patch that was super massive. It was like 8 gigs all on its own. This is following up the Hearthstone expansion that had to do primarily with the trolls. They released some new raids, if I remember correctly, and I think they're setting up the architecture for the old school World of Warcraft,
Oh, okay.
where they're giving players the option to play the old version of the game.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what they're setting up a lot of that infrastructure for. And finally, on my gaming news calendar, Uncharted director Amy Hennig will be honored with the GDC Lifetime Achievement Award. So the Game Developers Conference reached out with a press release to announce that writer and director Amy Hennig will be honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award at the upcoming GDC 2019 in March. The reason behind the award was explained as follows. Over the course of more than 3 decades, Amy has established a multifaceted career in game development, starting with development on the Atari 7800 up to the modern PlayStation 4 platform. Amy's expertise is as deep as it is varied, with professional experience as a digital artist, animator, game designer, and especially in the last 2 decades as a writer and director of acclaimed adventure titles with strong narrative and character elements. Serving as the creative director and writer of Naughty Dog's Uncharted game series, her contributions helped the series become one of the most acclaimed and beloved in the modern gaming era. Before that, Amy served as writer and director of the groundbreaking Soul Reaver / Legacy of Kain series at Crystal Dynamics during her more than 8-year tenure with the company. Amy has earned countless accolades for her writing from prestigious organizations including the WGA Video Game Writing Awards and BAFTA, the latter of which also rewarded Amy with a special award in recognition for her contribution to the video game industry.
Wow.
So, a lot of accolades. Somebody who has been involved in the gaming industry for years and years and years and years and years, and really getting a true shining beacon placed upon her.
Yeah. Sounds like a prolific career, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, very exciting stuff. And now you know a little bit behind the Uncharted series if you're a fan of it.
Yeah. The Uncharted series, I have a PS3. I have Uncharted 2, I think.
Yeah.
2 or 3, whichever one was on PS3. I know Uncharted, there's been a shit ton of Uncharted games.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I didn't play a whole lot of it. I maybe put 5 or 6 hours into it.
Yeah.
But from what I put into it, it was really good. The Uncharted series is award-winning series.
I've dabbled. I don't even remember which one I played. It was a while ago. Not anywhere even close to this year. I've dabbled a little. I've watched people play. They look like a lot of fun, but I have not. I might have some on the computer. I'm not sure. I might have some PC versions.
Okay.
I'll have to check.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if they came out for PC or not.
I don't know either. I don't know if it was available in the Steam store or not. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap us up for this week. If you have any questions or comments or you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. We did get a call this week, like just now, while we were recording, from the Diamond Man, Stephen Hines.
Seriously?
We did.
We got a call while we were recording?
While we were recording.
Wow.
4:46 p.m. So this is hot off of the phone call presses. I'm going to play it for everybody right now.
Hey, Ogres. This is the Diamond Man. Well, scratch that. I am now the Reverend Diamond Man because I was ordained through the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. But anyway, I just wanted to say episode 175 was Poontangy and easily the most hilarious episode you motherfuckers have ever done. Even the outtakes, I was dying laughing, so thank you very much. I love you both. Like peanut butter loves jelly. Petroleum jelly, that is. Goodbye.
I don't know if you heard most of that chat, but if you want to hear a little bit better version, just go ahead and pop into the podcast. And,
are you just going to patch it in?
Yeah, I'll patch it in. I'll download it and patch it in that way. Probably clean it up a little bit.
Which one was 175? Was that our last episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is 176, Brandon.
Oh, wow. I don't know.
Remember at the beginning when I said thank you for joining us as always on episode 176? I
remember you telling me I needed to pay more attention to the podcast before we started recording.
So thank you so much, Stephen Hines, for the call in. I'm glad that you enjoyed last episode. I thought it was a hilarious episode too. This one's going to be a little off just because we're in front of the camera.
They heard it. Was that Samuel L. Jackson on the voicemail?
No, no, it wasn't. He's probably the antithesis of Samuel L. Jackson. The exact opposite.
Yeah, he's pretty white.
Yeah, super white. They call him the albino, or he calls himself the albino boy.
The albino leper boy.
The albino leper boy, yes.
Yeah.
I got his stuff in the mail a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I have been meaning to open it up on video, and I keep forgetting. So I need to bring it upstairs and put it on my desk so I can remember to do a video. We have had him on the podcast before. He has written novels. Is it biography or autobiography?
Autobiography.
Autobiography is if you write it yourself.
I believe so.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Like Autobots.
Autobots, roll out. You just gave me the chance to do my Optimus
that's
Prime.
That's
the only reason.
for that.
Yeah. Wrote his own autobiography about his journey from Catholicism to atheism, back to Catholicism, back to atheism. Was that right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I can't keep track. Also has the audio book out for it. He has written comics. He self-publishes. Very interesting guy. Very weird, wonderful, quirky take on the world at large. And if you want to check, he even does punk rock music. If you check on our duelingogres.com website, on the right under the banner for Extra Life, where I'm raising money for children's hospitals, there's a plug for that too that I didn't get in yet. You can see his EP and his book cycle through.
Yeah.
On our website. So
yeah, it's worth checking out too. It's pretty good.
Yeah, if you like that gritty grunge pop, or not pop punk, like hard punk music, you'll probably enjoy what he has to offer.
And we have to call him the Reverend Diamond Man now too.
Do we have to?
We do. Well, he's a reverend. You got to use the title.
Yeah, for the what?
The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Is that did they honestly make that a real church?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, congratulations on being ordained.
Yeah.
Now all I want to do is eat the spaghetti out of your hands. Wait, if you become a reverend, do you get to create spaghetti from your fingers? Do you shoot spaghetti from your fingers?
Yeah, like a cleric.
That's so sweet.
Instead of purify food and water, you have purify food and spaghetti.
Do you ever remember Jimmy Carrano doing that? It was one of those times when we were all high and or drunk, and we were thinking of superpowers. And he was like, I just want to make spaghetti shoot out of my hand so I can go.
No, I don't remember.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
At the time.
I imagine at the time it was.
Totally hilarious. Just the sound and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's totally the power that spaghetti clerics should have.
It's just.
Yep. Just like that. You can also reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres. Email us at duelingogres@gmail.com, or leave a comment on the Facebook page like these nice people. Brandon.
Okay, we have 2 comments this week. The first one is from Stephen Levitt.
Which is Slev.
Who's
in the chat right now.
He says, okay, yeah. New York is way too expensive for everything in general. Ubers are crazy expensive. I'd rather walk, but knock on wood, I haven't needed an Uber here because we have the railroads, which is also expensive. Remainders. Oh my God, I hated remainders. But let's be serious. Back in the day, 2 + 2 = 4, right? Nowadays, 2 + 2 = 24 divided by 3 - 4 × 7 + 1 = 4. Laughing, crying face. They just had to make it weird. Yup. Definite porn business. # Slevin Slide. Winky face. I like Slevin Slide.
The Slevin Slide is good. You should watch his stream. Even if you don't like Fortnite or whatever, Steve's stream is so much fun to watch.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It really is. He's so damn lovable. It's sickening.
We also had a comment from the Viscount Terry W. Irvin II.
The illustrious
Viscount Terry W. Irvin II.
There you go.
Who says, Rem, attending college and pass text to bypass some English coursework, smiley face. Don't get me going about college tuition costs and how it has inflated beyond reason over the past couple of decades. Can you only have to pay full 4-year university tuition for 2 years if you earn your associate's 2-year degree in first and then transfer in?
Probably. I mean, all of the classes that are involved in the business administration associate's degree are in the bachelor's degree for business management and accounting.
Yeah.
So eventually, yes, but it's weird. Like I said, the classes are more expensive if you do the bachelor classes.
Mhm.
So that's where the extended cost comes from. At least that's how I was reading it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's been a whirlwind the past few weeks getting all of this taken care of. I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground.
He continues on and says, I can give an example of usefulness in remainders via long division, but we'll leave that to someone else. 5 1/4 inch floppy disks. I show my students punch cards that were used for compiling a program to run. Believe it or not, floppy disks were a pretty nifty thing in their day.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm just old enough to remember floppy disks and using them to play like King's Quest and stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember how cool they were, but I was on the very tail end of the whole thing.
Yeah. Me too, as far as that goes. But then again, I remember using dial-up to get on the internet.
Yeah.
I remember using Sub 7. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Sub 7.
To hack into other people's...
To hack
into other people's
Basically,
computers.
It was just open a program and I can get into your computer now.
Yeah, pretty much. But, hey, there's nothing wrong with an easy way to hack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could always go through the hard way, but if there's an easy way, why not use it?
Is that your nugget of wisdom for this week?
Yes.
Your Dueling Ogres nugget of knowledge.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh, that would be a good segment.
Yeah, it's
the
like
Dueling Ogres nugget of knowledge.
Jerry Springer's final words.
Yeah. And then like lightning crack in the background.
A wolf howls.
Yeah. Like it's words from gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should totally do that.
Okay. We'll work on our nuggets of knowledge.
Yeah. Make sure to subscribe on our website at duelingogres.com for more. I did it again. For new shows and articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news, if any of you out there are interested in writing articles for us, they can be about anything geeky.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes even not geeky. I mean, everybody has their own inner geek. Some people geek out about sports. Some people geek out about biology. Some people geek out about insects. Some people geek out about movies, comics, etc., and so on. So if you have any interest in writing articles and getting your feelings and views out there, hit us up at duelingogres@gmail.com and we will publish you.
Yeah.
Because we don't give a shit. So thank you all so much for watching on the live stream. Thank you all so much, listeners at home who are downloading this and listening to it in the privacy of their own bathrooms while they take a long, warm bath.
Okay. I see what you did. You zigged instead of zagged.
Yeah.
Big anal.
Until next week, Ogres, keep your gloves blunt.
And your tusk sharp.
Good night.
More of this.
More of this.
Yelling face.
Yay.
Throwing a table. Yeah, I'd like to do more.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I'd like to do more of these.
Well, we kind of have the setup, so I mean, I probably will.
Yeah.
Let me bring this up a little bit so I can straighten my back.
Yeah, I'm all kinds of hunched over.
Bring it up a little. Yeah, you hunch.
Yeah, I know. I hunch pretty bad.
That's you. That's my impression of you.
Me. Aquaman released in China.
Yes.
And it's grossed over 39.
Start all over so I can get a clean take. Steve. Slev. I'm wiggling things.
What are you doing?
I'm wiggling things. Slev, live podcast. Meg. Hi, Meg. So just so you guys know, we're not interacting a whole lot with chat just because, number one, I'm going to edit this later for the audio. And number two, it's kind of hard to see you guys, just so you know. Yeah, you're right, Steve. I should probably do that. Good call, buddy. Good call.
Do what?
Pull up the chat on my phone.
Oh, yeah, I can do that if you want me to.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, go ahead. That way I can have access to the computer since my stories are on the computer.
You.
You did do us smart, Steve. You did do us smart. I am proud of you.
Acknowledge us. Oh, God, commercials.
Commercials.
God, every time I tune into Twitch, it's like, hey, here, watch a fucking commercial.
You got Amazon Prime, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tie the two of them together.
Can I?
Yeah.
You get free games, don't you?
You get free games. You get a free monthly sub, so you can sub to Dueling Ogres and give us $2.50.
Yeah.
And
$2.50.
Yeah.
I'm about to flip this goddamn table over.
Once a month.
What?
Yeah. And you don't get nearly as many ads.
That's good.
Yeah.
But I have to tie my Twitch.
Well, Amazon
username.
owns Twitch anyway, so
But I have to tie my Twitch username into my Amazon.
yeah.
I use the
like
same
that.
email address, so it's probably going to be pretty easy.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, I'll do
Yeah.
that. And I'll subscribe to one of my favorite Twitch streamers.
Yeah. Dueling Ogres.
Sure.
Shit. Meg, this is your acknowledgement, little hearts. Little hearts for Meg. What were we talking about?
You were talking about Big Butthole.
Oh, yeah.
A gluten-free grilled cheese sandwich. So is cheese gluten-free? I thought cheese was literally just gluten. And dairy. I guess there's dairy in there too. Apparently cheese is gluten-free.
Huh.
I didn't know that. I thought cheese was almost entirely gluten. But gluten's wheat, isn't it?
Yeah.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not smart.
So the bread would be gluten-free. The cheese is already gluten.
Okay.
Gluten is where all the good taste comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Wheat, flour, and barley
Yeah.
is, I guess, gluten.
Yeah. Meg, do you have a gluten allergy?
Gluten-free bread tastes like cardboard.
Yes, it does.
I have celiac disease.
Oh, Ginger's dad and both brothers have celiac.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Jeremy's is a lot less. Jamie's is pretty heavy.
Which just means that you can't eat gluten.
Yeah, I mean you can, but you regret it.
Does it make you...
It can upset your stomach. It makes you poop real terrible.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's pretty rough.
Is it like being lactose intolerant, but for gluten?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Indeed, 3-pounder. Indeed. All right, get back into it.
Yep.
Oh my god. My brain just shut down.
Yeah, this will be the magic of editing here.
Yep.
When you listen to this won't be in there.
This is what happens when I cut shit out.
Bees are the primary what now?
What is it when you, it's not fertilize.
Pollinate?
Pollinate. Thank you. What?
So I was laughing at the comment MK Ultra glitch.
Toasty!
Not Mortal Kombat. Project MK Ultra room.
Wait, what is that?
Project MK Ultra?
Why am I...
In the 1950s, whenever they brainwashed everybody to become secret assassins.
Oh, yeah.
With the keyword, the Manchurian candidates.
Yes.
Fed them full of acid.
Yes. Wow.
That was your MK Ultra glitch.
Wow. So I had two?
No, with your brain fart.
Oh, okay.
Was your glitch. Somebody didn't say the it's not a safe word.
What?
Your activation word.
The safe word?
Somebody didn't say the safe word.
Fancy. This just got real hot. It's Dueling Ogres After Dark.
MK Ultra rabbit hole. Yeah, no, we're not going to go down an MK Ultra rabbit hole because I could talk about MK Ultra for a long time.
Oh, you get Brandon started on it.
MK Ultra, Project Paperclip, they're all there. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck was that?
Slav gave us a host.
Oh, that was disconcerting. So when somebody hosts you, it goes, "Oh yeah,"
Yeah,
in like a really weird way.
Yeah, and it puts up a picture of Gambit kissing Rogue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think
Nice.
that's the host. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That scared the crap out of me.
Steve laughing his ass off now, and Meg. Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, we talked about a couple of those. We also got a phone call from the Diamond Man.
Oh, we did?
The Diamond Man, yes. just now. So that's cool. If anybody ever has any questions and they want to hear themselves on air, they can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. So you can, at any point, call in and hear your voice on the stream.
Yep. Are we doing the end?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were starting to read the end.
No. I confused Brandon. I was just letting chat know.
Oh, okay.
Microsoft.
Just seeing the story that's up versus what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is a weird segue.
Office for 3. Shit. Take 2. Like all lavender or even lighter lavender than that.
You have purple on purple?
Basically, yeah. Choke TV, thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciated.
Lurk Squad.
Yep. Lurk Squad.
Just occasionally throwing that out there.
Yep. 3-pounder doing marketing.
Yeah.
ABC always be closing. Oh, GST love too. Yeah, GST.
What does that mean?
Global Stream Team. He's part of Global Stream Team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't checked in there for a while. I've been so deep into the Lurk Squad that they're the only ones that I spend time with now.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you become like the top tier. You spend all your
Oh.
time doing stuff.
Look at you.
I know.
Bragging now.
Yeah, I'm super
I'm the
special.
top tier.
I'm like the best. 3-pounder knows it.
Yeah.
He does. 3-pounder wouldn't know what to do without me.
Lurk Squad.
Show the legs. Steve wants to see the legs.
It's not the greatest picture, but it's a little horrific.
Get out of here, Ad. Getting right up in that crotch.
So you can see the toned definition of the legs with like a blue fur. It is like a runner's leg, just an exceptionally hairy runner's leg that happens to have blue hair.
Singles out, boys, for the legs.
I don't understand Twitch at all.
Why?
I don't understand what any of this means.
He dropped bits.
Oh, okay.
He dropped bits for the legs.
Oh, okay.
he's
Lurk Squad.
Lurk Squad. He's so confused, guys.
It's a whole different culture than I'm used to.
It is. Doff, you see that. Aw, 3-pounder, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Steve. Steve, drop some ogres for me. Drop those ogre heads. Drop those cute little ogre heads. Come on, do it. I know you're there. I know you're paying attention. Get it. There we go. There's some
Yeah.
ogre heads. I'm number 1, but you're number 2.
That's fair.
Yeah. You're more expensive. You're higher class.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think they had to pay was it $7.99 or $9.99 or whatever it is
A month?
for the tier 2 sub, yeah.
A month?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Just to sub to one person?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then there's a $24.99 one.
Wow.
And that one's Ogre Party. Little head wiggle. Ogre Party.
Oh, okay.
The game developer